Hi, welcome back. In this video, I will show you how to turn on the sun in Rhino to get shadow to show up in your viewport, and also show you some settings to make the shadows look more cleaner. So the first thing I'm going to do is change my display mode to render. I'll click to drop down in the top left, set it to render, and double click to maximize the view. So now you can see it's showing some shaded shadows, but it doesn't have a clear shadows from the sun. So in order to get those shadows, I'll type sun in the command line, press enter, and that should open up this panel. First thing you want to do is to take them on. And now I'm gonna scroll down to set a location. And as you can see, I've already chosen Melbourne as the location. But it's not a default, so you might need to change it and set whatever location you want. And finally, under the date and time, it gave you the options to choose any day of the year as well as any time of the day. So now you can see in the viewport how that's changing where the shadow are cast. Now you just have to play around with that until you get the angle you like. The other thing I want to show you is a couple of settings to get those shadows to look a little bit cleaner. So if you're not seeing a really sharp and defined shadows, or maybe you're seeing issues around base of where shadow are cast, there's a couple of things you can adjust to make it look better. We're going to open the render display mode. Type in options, press enter. At the very bottom in the left, expand the view, expand display mode and render, and go to shadows. First things, let's change the memory usage. Drag that all the way to the right, and that should make your shadows a lot better. Let's drag the skyline shadow quality to the highest. Drag the edge quality to the left because you don't want the shadows to be sharp and you want sharper edges. Now that's a good setting for shadows. Press OK. Now you can see the shadow a lot better and more defined. Some area you see your shadows are washed out like this. There's also a way to adjust that. Type lights in the command line, and it should open the option panels that show you the sun and the skyline. That's the sun which we just turned on. And the skylines that's showing us light in kind of an ambient light. So areas that aren't in direct sunlight are also being illuminated by our skylight. So to make the shadows darker, I just changed it to 0.5. And they just lower the ambient light to make the shadows a little more defined. Now finally, I'm going to show you how to create some steady animation in Rhino. Let's lower the skylight to give us a nice strong shadows. From here, we're gonna go to render tools, go to the animation tools, and select one day sun animation. We can set the time sun study start and ends, and also the interval in minutes between each of our frames that will be rendered. When we have set that, we're going to hit OK. And the final thing is to record the render. Run animation to yes. And press enter. Wait for it to be rendered and you have this nice and steady animation of your model. That's also the end of this video. Hope you like it and see you in the next tutorial.